We're here today at Moeller Brothers Farm near Pipestone, Minnesota. And we're calibrating a 16-row planter today. And I know that there's 12s, 8s, and 6s also that you'll be calibrating. But anyway, let's get started and calibrate this planter. Okay, first thing I do is remove this cotter key, remove the drive, and check to make sure your shaft is turning in the right direction, and that means the wheels are turning forward, the shaft needs to turn forward. Then what I do is I hook it up and adjust the motor and stand, and then turn everything, make sure everything turns. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up all the lids so we can check and make sure that all the boxes are empty and clean. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the motor and run it, make sure everything's going to turn free and easy. Now for doing the rear 2 rows, and you have to do this on both sides, first I check, make sure the rotation of my motor is going the correct way. And again, that shaft has to turn the direction of your wheels. All right, now I hook this up, and then I make sure that everything turns freely. And I usually can get this done, because you're only driving 2 rows here on this planter, without taking this sprocket off. We have the box removed just so you can see what we're doing here. We're going to remove this clamp, and that's why we have the ratcheting nut driver. And then remove the hose, and this is where you're going to use your binder clip, squeeze your binder clip, and attach that to catch the product when we're going to calibrate. So that's how this process works. So anyway, now we're going to put the box back on, and then we'll go ahead and calibrate. Now that we know that boxes are empty and clean and everything turns freely, we're going to put our blank into the boxes and get ready to calibrate. So what I do is I take a calibration tube and I put some blank in it, and there's sufficient amount in this calibration tube to run an entire calibration. We've determined that we're going to be planting at 5.5 miles per hour, and we follow that on our speed chart, which comes down to 62 seconds, okay? We've got our shaft hooked up and driving in the correct position, and we're ready to, we set it on number 12. This is just an estimate, and what I usually do is start with 2 rows first to see how your calibration is, close the calibration is going to be. So we'll run it here now for 62 seconds. There we have it. We're at 62 seconds. Now we're going to check and see how much blank we caught. And what I do is shake it so it's level, and we want it to be at 1.9, and that's exactly where it's at. So number 12 on this row is the correct setting. One thing that I do, I start with all of my box lids open. So then as one it comes into calibration, then I close the lid. That way I know which rows are calibrated and which rows need more adjustment. Okay, here's what we caught with the other row, and as you can see, we're above the 2.3. And we both had them set at the number 12 setting. So we're going to lower this one down, and then we'll have to recalibrate this row. We know that we were at over 2.3. So what I want to do is I want to turn this down to number 9, and then we recalibrated at the number 9 position, and we ended up at our 1.9, which is correct for this planter. Now that we have 2 boxes calibrated, I know that the number 12 is a good working number. So then what I do is I go around and set all the boxes on the planter at 12. Now some of these might have to be, and hook up all of the tubes, put blank in, and some of these might have to be adjusted, maybe down a notch, maybe up a notch, but anyway, that's a good starting point at this, with this planter. This will end our video of how to calibrate a mechanical force system on a corn planter. If you have any questions, you can call me, Dale Stroessel, at 507-828-1568, or you can reach any of the project leads. Thank you.